Okay, hello together. We're a bit late, 15 minutes, but I'm a slow roller. I'm very sorry, but now we are live. Last time I streamed was over a half a year ago, so I have to use to how it works and so on. But hello together. I have to make the audio off. And I have to welcome the guest of my show. We met first 4 years ago. And very welcome. I don't know in which city I reach you. Laurynas Levinskas. Hopefully I pronounce it right.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, you announced it right, and I'm in Nida right now. It's a little semi-island in Lithuania. Nice place.
Okay, wonderful. And now we are together. And you see the remaining remains, the ruins of my horse broadcasting show, Traba TV. But we put it down because
Shout out Rubber TV.
yeah, because today we want to talk about poker and the PSPC 2023 is starting in 10 days, something about, and you will participate, will you?
Uh, I have played in the past. I haven't qualified for this one, so I'm not going this year. But obviously, have friends that are gonna be there and gonna be, waiting for updates of one of them lifting the trophy up.
Okay, who are the friends playing this year?
There's some Lithuanian guys. There's my very good friend
Okay.
Vladas Tamashauskas. He just made WSOP Europe main event final table, finished fourth, and he is going there now. So mainly gonna be rooting for him.
Okay, good. We see we have something going on in chat. This is Heiko, it's a German player who
Yeah.
qualified with a new Platinum Pass. I show the old one. One moment. Here it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes, I think it's my card protector. And one,
Flashy card protector.
yeah, one time Platinum Pass, forever Platinum Pass. And
Sick.
as info is there, I was Arif, no, Asif Voris, yes. He qualified with the last Platinum Pass with the competition for the English audience. And Andrew Barham is also there. Hello, he said. And the show is especially for you because I promised you 2 years ago I will do something like that. And something changed in life. In the meantime, we talk about that later. But I'm very proud that you are there. Asif Boris, yes, thank you, Asifu. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. It's because life is life. And we show the audience where we met first. And we see it. One moment. Here. I was very tired at the beginning of day 4 of the PSPC, and you sitting right beside me, and I will never forget this moment because you came up to me and said, "Hello, my friend. I no." This I want to go away. Yes. Hello, our friend. I saw what you do, and you are the first pro who came up to me. I was very confused in that moment, but it was a very nice moment in that moment. I didn't sleep at all at night, but thank you for that situation where pro came to me and said hello, and I wish you all the best. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah, of course I do. It's fun memories, yeah. because I heard the story about a player winning this Platinum Pass. Was it on Twitter that you won it? Or
Yeah, it was
lie
a
detector test, right?
human lie detector. Yes, I'm the best bluff catcher.
Yes, I was like fascinated about the story and that you are here, like going deep into the tournament. So I was like curious to get to know the guy.
Yeah, thank you. The human lie detector was a competition on Twitter, and the free roll got only 400 and something per city pence. No, yeah, Teilnehmer we say in German. I've made I made some pictures of this time. One moment, please, and I'll show you. I was very lucky. Okay, and when you win a tournament, it's like that. But in that case, I was, yeah, I was already finished. I think in the tournament, got nines, triple up. Otherwise, there will be no PlatinumPass-winner Michael Robionek. But it's poker. I think sometimes you need to have luck in some situations.
Yeah, of course, it's part of the game.
Okay, I'll show you. I give you the link in the chat box. If you are interested, you can watch my journey from the PSPC on from 2019. I put it in the chat box. Participants, thank you, Asif. I'm more nervous doing streaming than playing poker. You can be sure. We meet on day 4, Asif. Yeah, he came up to me. You are the guy who only won $80 before and is free rolling. And I said, Asif, please be quiet. Nobody have to notice how weak I am. But he told it around. In that situation, I never can do. Okay, I show you what how the story was. Here you see my Facebook account, and here are 4 different albums from our trip from every day. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. And I make a small show you this one moment. Yes, let's start with the tournament. Only 401 participants. If you see, not everyone is playing. It's quite easy. Such a tournament for such a big prize. You see, the prize pool was $33,000, and for a free roller, it was already a main event for me. And this was a tournament with the chip diagram, and here I was 2 big blinds left, 9th, and got a triple up, and then the rest starts. And so
Wild card.
yeah. Yeah, you have the wild end. Yes, it was an up and down. I thought about to take the $1,000, but you never know what you get from the prize with the Platinum Pass. You have to go there, you have expenses and so on. Then you lose because it's very likely. Only 20% of the people now and 80% of the people in 2019 cashed. And so it's not really likely that you make money there. And so I got
Did they give some spending cash with the Platinum Pass? Is it part of the package or?
Yeah, now you receive $1,900 for your
Yeah.
expenses. In 2019, it was a little different. You got $1,500 in cash on the Bahamas. First, you have to travel there, and okay, $1,000 for the flight ticket. I asked my friend; he gave me money. And in the live stream, they told I spent all my expenses before the flight to the Bahamas, which was not true. I was only honest. That a friend of mine gave me $1,000 for the flight. So there were a little bit confusion on day 3. But if you do some story for the media, maybe the story changed. I was not too lucky in that moment, but it's part of the game, I think. Yeah, Heiko say he hope we will sit next to each other of Ziv Roris, who won the second Platinum Pass. And that time, Daniel Negreanu was the guy who congratulated me. And so the flight goes on. I was there very early. And yeah, it's a fast forward that a friend of mine, and I make lots of friends there, because I think at the time in the poker table, even if you talk too much, it's very intense, because you do a lot of communication, even if you don't talk. Or what do you think, Laurynas?
Um, I mean, it depends. Probably on a personality type mostly, right? Some people are more introverts. They feel more comfortable like talking a little less.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone is like Daniel Negreanu, for example, right? He is in the zone while doing all the social stuff. So uh, I feel like you gotta feel it for yourself. Which one do you prefer?
Okay, for me it was depending how tired I was. When I got tired, I put my sunglasses on and put myself in a zone to for the rest power I got to put it only in poker. In that moment, it's not so good if somebody will talk to me. Other think it's arrogant or so, but it's only self-protection. Uh,
Yeah.
how do you behave? I think you are
Um,
very,
uh,
you talk a little bit, I think.
it depends on my mood, but I sometimes, if I feel like there's a potentially curious situation and a good conversation, I can get a little bit distracted, and that's not great. But usually, I'm open to conversation, like never close to it. Just sometimes I don't initiate it because I don't feel like it. Um, but I'm more on the side where I could get distracted by talking a bit too much.
Okay. Yeah, now you see all the preparation. This was Team Germany with Felix Schneider's Nils Pudel, who was already on the final table at the EPT London, lost with aces, very unlucky. Mike Wenzel, who made a lot of pictures, Markus Ziegler, Timo. It was a wonderful feeling to have such nice group at Team Germany. This was a picture just before the tournament, and now we came to the first question, where we can help you when to registrate in the tournament. You have 24 hours, and before the tournament, I think it was a big question. After the tournament, I show it was not so huge, the decision when to start the tournament. But before the tournament, it's a big decision. Um, we can compare the structure of the tournament. Here is the structure from 2019, and I think they changed the blind levels a bit, but not too much. Um, we go to day 2 and we see the details here, and we see it's changed a lit. So at day 1 you start with 200 big blinds, 100 and 200 with the big blind ante, and you see in on day 1 here that they increase it in a after 1 hour to 300, and he was 200 after 1 hour in
Mm-hmm.
2019. But in all, after the first day, we were at 1000, and in 2023, we are at uh, pushed it a bit up. We are at 1200. It's not a big difference, but it's a slight difference. At all, you start with 300 big blinds, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
finished with yeah,
What,
50.
like 50? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's a difference, but at all, if you start with 300 or start with 50 big blinds, you have in both cases good chances. I remember Brandon Adams, who started day 2 and was chip leader on day 3, in the beginning of day 3. Um, I think if you want to play day 1, you have to make at least one chip more than 60,000 chips. Otherwise, this mission was not a success. Or what do you think?
I think it's good not to be too strict if you lose some chips, right? Because a lot of people get frustrated when they chip down from starting stack. For example, they start with 60,000 and then on like a second break, they have like 40,000 and they get upset and frustrated and try to get stack back at least to a starting stack. And I would say that is you don't have to pay that much attention to how much you have, more of like focus on what you can control with what cards you are dealt. So uh, I wouldn't distract myself too much. If I go to day 2 with like 20 blinds, it's okay if I played well, you know, not to get sticky to some or too attached to some stack numbers. But yeah, that would be my 2 cents about that.
Okay, thank you. Chicky is there. Pierre, a French guy, two-time Platinum Pass winner as well. Hello, that you are here. Um, Andy I've got a question. I got to ask another question about late ragging. I was very tired on day 4. Okay, before playing as an amateur such a big tourney, you don't even want to ask about playing at day 4 or day 5 because it's very, very unlikely. But I see how tired I was after 4 days because I didn't sleep between day 3 and day 4 and was awake for 36 hours or something. Maybe it should be an option to registrate a little later on day 1 to be fresh later
I
in the
agree.
tournament.
I agree with you. It's always it's like a marathon, you know, these tournaments. They're so long. You're not gonna miss too much if you late reg a little bit, and there's nowhere to rush at all. So the main thing is your mental state. Uh, if you feel I don't know, like anxious or not focused yet, why just go and be not fully present? So I would just concentrate on resting or whatever it is that you need to feel good and relaxed, as much as it is possible, because if you're playing for the first time, obviously you are going to be excited.
Okay, that very good point you make. Andy Bang got a question. What strategy would pros employ to exploit amateurs? Okay, interesting question. First of all, I'd like to ask you, how do you recognize an amateur, Laurynas?
You just observe people for a while. I don't draw quick conclusions. I'm not gonna label someone an amateur just because he misplayed a hand or two, because just maybe some professional player might be in like I don't know, not a great state or something for like 20 minutes and then calm down and play really well. So it takes some time to observe, but then if you see some repeated behaviors, some patterns of behaviors that look like an amateur player, you can identify those players and try to adjust to them. But you have to adjust to everyone at the table, so it doesn't change much. It's more about what the person is actually doing. Is he aggressive? Is he passive? Stuff like that.
Okay, for me, I make a TV game show for myself. I sit on every TV. I didn't know anyone except Gus Hansen, Phil Hellmuth. I didn't know anyone. But I make a game show for myself, amateur or pro. I look how nervous they are, how they behave. Do they have a routine by playing, making his bets? This was very interesting, and how they bet. And after a little while, I got my conclusions. Here you see what I've done. I late read after 20 minutes because I forgot my water bottles, and went away, fetched 2 bottles fresh of water, put it in my bag, and then I late regged. If you late reg, you probably will receive seat 9 because the tables start with 8 players, and then the late ragging will add on seat 9. That was the case 2019. If you are if it fits to you, then you can late reg and go and play seat 9. Here it was 12 o'clock and 24 minutes, and then you will see what you get. And I got this table. Here I sat down, make my third picture, and that was the players. Conor Beresford, seat 1, Xuan Wan, seat 2, Leonid Timonin from Russia, seat 3, Matthias Eibinger, Austria, seat 4, Samuel Pansika, seat 5, Atogava from France, seat 6, and Edward Holyoke from United States, seat 7. And Paul Clun was seat number 8. And maybe you don't believe it, but I didn't know any one of these 9 players. Yeah.
I like how detailed you documented your experience.
Okay. Yeah. It was. I thought tons about it, and maybe for somebody it would be useful. Heiko asking Platinum Pass as a card protector, bad idea. Paul Kahn came up to me. Maybe I've got a picture from him. No, this is Connor. Here I sit down. It was day 1 here with Paul Clun, and he came up to me and said, "Hey, you need a card protector." I said, "What? The cards look new. Why I need a protector? Okay." I got nothing with me, and so I took my Platinum Pass. Why not? The dealer never took my cards away from me if I don't want to. Or what's the other reason to get a card protector?
Uh, I'm not sure. It's probably mostly if you're new to the game and you don't want to uh, show your cards too much, but also because the dealer might mistakenly take your cards, thinking that you have folded, and if it's covered with the protector, they know it's still a live hand and you're still playing. So you kind of avoid these rare mistakes. It's very rare that it could happen, but it's
Okay.
possible.
So it protect really your hand if you want to play and don't want to accidentally get folded. Okay.
Yes.
I had it one time in seat 1. Not funny. Your card was folded from the dealer. I think I want to say that to us. Yeah, this... okay, I make a story about this. This is Paul Clun, and he gave me the information I had to get a card protector. I
Also,
think
it happened to you once, right?
Heiko write it in chat. That's one time the card will be collected. Yeah, this was Conor Beersford. He was in a very big pots together with Matthias Eibinger, and I suppose these two guys are pros. Very high bet
Yes, I played with
frequency.
them a lot.
Yeah, me too. 8 hours. And I thought I folded before the tournament. I thought lots about it, how I can behave. I looked very much videos about the about tourneys in real time, and I found out that all the moves are very sensible. No crazy stuff, especially on a 25k event. And it was like this. I played for 3.5 days, yes, and there were no crazy moves at all in these long times. Do you saw the same in your tournament?
Yeah, I would agree. People were playing very rational, not too creative in a way that, the tensions were high. And for most of the players, it was way higher stakes than they're used to play. So it was mostly very conservative, yeah.
Okay, Andy Barham asks me, did you approach day 1 and did you adjust your strategy during the day? Yeah, okay, no, we talk about mindset. First of all, I thought about the pros will bet much more than me. If I play stuff like King Jack suited and so on, mostly I get a big bet from my opponent on the river and I don't know what's going on as an amateur. So I played super tight and want to dominate the pros with my 4-betting range. So they come, bet to me, no problem. In that case, I folded for 2.5 hours sometimes, whole level. But if I bet also on the turn, they mostly folded, but my betting range on the turn was much bigger than pre-flop. And
Yeah.
they really respected my action very much because I bet so little, and I was nervous before, and then I make a trick for my mindset. I look at like a trekking path in the hills. You look at the mountain far away, and you think you'll never be able to go up there. It's too far away. The hill is very small. I'm staying here. It's not possible. But first of all, you do one step. And then you do the second step. And then the third. And so on. And some day later, you step on the hill of the mountain. Only doing step by step. For me, I was very nervous. My hands were sweating and so on. There I got one thing here. No. You need, here's it. You need something like this. You get by KFC if they order a bucket of trash food. These are soft tissues, and you clean your hands to the favor of the dealer and your other opponents if you have a sweat. And I got a sweat from the first hand on. You can remember. But the first step was to sit there. I done it. Then I said the second step is to survive the first hand. I folded. Yes, I did it. Then I want survive the first turnaround. Yes, I did. Then I want to not to go out first in the tournament. I did also because I saw some people going up. Then we don't. I cannot say too loudly because we got a very nice team spirit. But you definitely want not to be the first of your group to get out. Nobody of your group want to get out, but you don't want to be first. You don't tell anybody. But I managed also this. And sometimes at some point I finished level 1. And at some point I went a pot. And that was the next step and so on. And with these with the nervousness to get handed very sweaty and so on, I said to myself, this is normal. I play a 25k event. I have to be excited. And so I reform these anxiety, fear into power because I have to be excited. I have to be upset to do things like that. And you see me here on the picture of day 1. Later, I look lucky. I was lucky to play this. And if you're lucky doing your things, I think you can do your best. Or what do you think, Laurynas?
Yeah, I feel like probably winning those mental little battles, those wins kept adding up, and you built momentum going forward. Feels like something like that happened. Is that kind of like how you approached it? Just counting your blessings and building that good energy day by day, or
No,
what's
action by action.
yeah,
uh,
minute by minute, right?
yeah, for me it was my Will Hunting moment. Maybe you know the movie Got Will Hunting.
The Good Will Hunting, yeah.
Yeah, where a guy only make the cleaning job, solve the great mathematical theories and so on. And for me, it was like that. I was told in job, you are not smart enough, you are not female enough, you are too old, you are these and that, and you got no university degree and so on. And I was told very often I'm not good enough. And now you sit there with the really, it's gonna be a sword, yeah. And Matthias Albing on my table, not too bad at all. And I managed to go through. And for me, it was like I'm Will Hunting in that moment.
Empowering moment.
Yeah, very. Here's a picture from day 1. I make also a comment that you have to be no, this Atuvagawa, my friend, that you have to be patient and wait for your spots. I think it's a long day, and really you get wonderful hands, and you get a ton of scrap. But it's part of the game. If you stay for 8 hours a day on the poker table, you will definitely get wonderful hands. Or what do you think, Laurynas?
Yeah, the mindset is very marathon-like because, as you mentioned, if you think about the whole hill that you need to climb too much, it's gonna be overwhelming. So, just like in marathon, if you count like 15 laps are left, 14 laps are left, it's gonna be too tiring mentally. So it's just one moment at a time, staying as present as possible and not rushing and forcing anything because as you mentioned, you're gonna get your good hands, you're gonna get your two pairs or straights or whatever sooner or later. So there's no real reason to force anything because other people are going to be doing that, and the ones that start doing mistakes first are gonna become prey of the ones that kept their composure and stayed calm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. From day one, then the dealers, very important. I immediately start to love them. They are the best dealers they got on PokerStars, and how they mish the cards and give it away. It's wonderful to watch. And even if you got bad hands, folding, watch them how they deal the cards, and it's not boring at all. And if you love your dealers, you get good hands. I'm very convinced that's the case. Here, Clara Kufstein, for example. This was Paul Klan. Edward Holyoke is also playing. Sam Pansika was the first guy I saw with the massage. Got a very high bet frequency. Won a big tournament one some month before the PSPC, but was the first he went out at my table. But maybe his back frequency was too big a lit. And yeah, he departs first. Now I make some ships, 60,000 like the start to the Gavard. And on the end of the day, I got 2 pots, make an overbet with a nut flush and get paid off. My first overbet of my life.
It's a great
15,000.
feeling to get paid off there.
Yeah, 15,000 and 8,000 pot. Here's the moment of day one, and that's Matthias Eibinger. Do you want to know how? Oh no, I made no pictures here. Here it's Matthias Eibinger. At the end of day one, I cracked the poker code by calling queens in middle position. Maybe it's amateur style, but I won a big pot before. Somebody open raise it in early position. I got my queens, want to protect my stack. I just calls. I know it is a bad move in that moment. You have to re-raise, so on. But Matthias Eibinger got a big collision with Conor Beersford, lost tons of chips, and pushed. And everybody folded. I was last to act and just called. And we played tens against queens, and I cracked the poker code with an amateur move. Hopefully you got situations like that in the tournament.
So, how many chips did you have after day one?
Yeah, yes, 71,700. Here's a picture, and that were the chip stacks from day one at our table. And that was the drawing of day two with Raul Lozano, Michael Robionic, Jamie Orion, Andreas Kniep, Lonnie Haywood, Christian Rudolph, Noah Braunstein, and Ryan Olisa. Yes, that was day two. And I was so lucky to went through to day one. You can imagine. But most of the players are still in after day one. Not too many players go out. The big washout, it start at day two when the blinds go up.
Did you get some sleep before day two?
Yeah, a bit. 3 hours.
Some nice breakfast?
Yeah, I really underestimate this issue, sleeping. All the other Platinum Pass winners told me, no problem, I do jogging, I got my exercise, I get sleep, I got healthy food, blah blah. But my brain was so pushed, it is not even possible to sleep before 5 or 6 in the morning. How do you manage this as a young player, Laurynas?
I never had any trouble sleeping, so I'm probably not the best person for any advice about that. But I know that definitely people are taking like sleeping pills and stuff if it's like impossible to fall asleep. I actually, like to meditate and before sleep maybe drink some nice calming tea, stuff like that, to, just calm your system down and make it shut off finally.
Okay, I got a glass of wine. Um, cheers. It's from
Oh, nice.
for a Christmas
Cheers.
table from our family.
Is it the Glint wine, the
No,
warm one?
no, it's just Jura. It's just a bottle of wine. We talk to each other and drink a glass of wine. I think it's no problem. Sleek's a big issue. Adubam said in chat, very important, and I can really agree. But things getting more strange during the tournament. If you had a deep run, I can promise. So we are at day 2. I got my coffee and at a walk at Atlantis. We are not in Atlantis Hotel, so the place is different, but I think not worse. um, this is Lonnie Howard, and now she married, I think, but I forgot the name. Maybe an Asian guy. She was out very quickly. Here I look. Here I sit down with my remaining chips, and I was relaxed. I think.
Yeah, you
Uh,
look
uh,
very positive.
yeah.
I remember when you said we were sitting at the same table, your body language was like way calmer than I would expect from someone playing, the first tournament at these stakes. So, how did you manage to, control your body language?
This I learned on day 2 during the tournament because of Ryan Olisa. Maybe there's a picture of him here. Yeah, get some massage. Yes. There's a picture of Ryan Olisa. This is Andre, wonderful guy. We can we speak about later about them. Ryan Reese. Yes, Ryan. This is Ryan. Not a pro. Did not million of money. He did some 100,000 in cashes. It's from the USA, but he done every time the same routine. Look
Okay.
at its cards, not moving for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, I don't know. And then one straight action. I found it was very impressive because it was for me impossible. Every time it looks very strong because his action was almost straightforward after a long break. And I copied his style. Yeah.
See, when you're playing in these tournaments with lots of good pros, that's where you improve the fastest. You can pick up some great stuff that you notice just by being at the table.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. Heiko asked, did you hear music to stay patient? No, I just only watch the action and laugh every minute. So I took my time to make my decision, and because I got even more time to sit on the table. And if you love everything you do, also look what's the dealers going on. Also the action of the other players if they are involved in a big hand and so like this. It's very interesting. You got the best seats sitting in the front row, and for me it would be a shame if I hear music in this situation. But we go through my day 2. Loading went out quickly. Then was I lose some ships, went down to 50k, 40k, and something had to happen, and I found Noah Bronstein. He went all in with queens, ace, king off, maybe not the best call, but I found the ace. I thought I need a situation, and I got slightly more chips than him, so I dominate him slightly. I didn't risk my total tournament, but I would left only a few chips, so it would be not too successful. That was a situation I was lucky. Chicky, there was a shot clock on once in the money. Can't remember. Yes, they start the shot clock after the bubble. Before you can ask, you can take as much time as you need. But you can ask time to the dealer if the situation is too long. What do you think for the audience? How many times I hear the word time from an opponent because his decision was too long? What do you think? I hear 10 times, 20 times, 5 times, or what do you think in chat? And what do you think, Laurynas? How often do you hear the word time?
So you're saying throughout the whole tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, in this particular tournament, I think there were quite a few times because, people were very careful with their decisions, and if it's a big spot, usually they would take quite some times. But also, other people are polite in a way that they understand what kind of tournament this is for most people. And, it has to be something really outrageously long to get a clock called on you.
Yeah, I never heard the word time.
Never. Oh, wow.
I got one situation with Christian Rudolph and Ryan Oliza. Here after the double up, I got 80k with 408 players left after 14 levels. This is Andreas Kniep. I make friendship with him, but I didn't play any hand with him in 8 hours. Then I got my first aces, got some more chips as you see. This is Andri, my friend from Toronto, from Ukraine, living in Canada. We still are writing message to each other. And this was one particular hand. And Christian Rudolph, where's the picture? Here. Got one very big decision. No, here I found the picture of him. Christian Rudolph. Many chips going in pre-flop, after the flop, on the turn. It will be supposed a very big hand for both players. And then was a very big bet on the river, and Christian was tanking. Maybe he took 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know. But everybody on the table was calm, stopped talking, because the decision from Christian was too huge. Nobody wants to disturb him in that moment. He called with queens, looked in kings, and lost a very, very big pot. But I like very much how polite the players are, and let the other player in his or her decision. And if it takes some time, then it's like that. It's a long day. Nobody is in a hurry. EPT Prague, short tanked every hand pre-flop on the bubble. Clock called every time until tournament director issued formal warning. Okay, was it you, Andy Barham, or an opponent? Please give me the information. Okay, and this is Antonio Vidal. We're still talking to each other, our friends. I have to translate my sentences in Spanish language. But we had a wonderful time, and one thing, as amateurs, we don't exploit each other. When he bets, I folded, and when I betted, he folded. So we only want to get the chips from the pros. Yeah, we have to work together. Cheers. And Ibrahim said, not me. Yeah, this was Jeff Tourette. I got my 140k chip count here, you see it, with 280 players left. It's about average in that moment. And to the end of the day, I got two very, very big hands. I was not all in, but make huge river bets. The first one was with Duff Tourette. I got ninth, ace high flop, and I make a continue bet, yes. And everybody believes me because I was so tight pre-flop. He only calls, and I rivered a flush with a pair of nines, and so I got many chips from him. And then I got 250k chips. 30 minutes for the end, I was totally fine with 250,000 chips in the biggest tournament of my life. I want to fold it out to get in day 3. And that's the moment you get a big hand. When I only want to fold. Ryan Rees gave me a beer. He was moved to our table. I didn't notice who he was. I'm Ryan. I'm Michael. Okay. He was a world champion. And here I got the hand with Ryan Olisa. You see it also on my Facebook page. I got tens here. King Jack 2 on the flop. I bet it. Olisa calling. Turn a queen. Check, check. The river 9 is straight for me. And he called 30,000 off with his 2 pair. And then I got my 311,000 chips at the end of day 2. And was in the money already. How many chips do you get after day 2? Do you remember?
No idea, actually. I don't remember, but I was wondering what was the feeling after the day 2 ended. When you're already in the money, you have some chips. What was going through your mind then?
The next level. To think about what I'm doing on the next day. What I will plan. My plan was to fold in the money. Got one voucher from the massage. Get massaged through the bubble and doing nothing. And just take the money. Because I just want to get them in cash. Yeah, I was very lucky. On day 3, only 250 player left and 181 get paid. So day 2 is really decision time if you get into the money or not. And I was very patient, and got the chips only to the end of the day. I was sometimes a bit short, but let the cards come to you and you get your benefit, I think. It was a wonderful feeling, yeah. Together we sit outside with Team Germany, and I was smiling. It was very really relaxed, a wonderful time. Here's a picture. One moment. Here we are. Yeah.
You made it, like the goal, the first goal, you made it.
Yeah, and day 2 was another step from these steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, at all. Every level was a big step for me. And yeah, I found a good sleep. Yeah, that was it from day 2. And we go to day 3. And we talk about your plans and what happened in life. Sometimes it's the opposite. One moment. I put myself. What do you do between the between the poker days? What is your routine?
I wouldn't say that I like a plan. I'm more like of a feel it in the moment kind of person, but I do have some habits, like a cold shower, like meditation, uh, good quality rest. What else is there? Like some mental habits, like some things I'm grateful for, some affirmations, but mostly just chill, just not think too much and let the mind drift and get a good rest. Because if I'm not ready right now, nothing that I'm gonna do in the next couple of hours is gonna get me ready, from
Mm-hmm.
strategy standpoint. So, and if I do feel ready, then I just gotta be sharp and well rested,
Okay, good. Now we are day 3. I slept a bit, not too much, maybe 2 hours, 3. I was too overexcited. And this was the table. Michael Datani, Jared Palmer, Taylor Black, Franz Ditz, Sosia Young, Darius Paskiewicz, and Felix Schneiders X-Flips with me. Can I make it a bit bigger that you can read? Oh, no. No, it don't works. You can go check on my Facebook site the chip accounts. Maybe you can see it on screen. Heiko is asking folding kings on the bubble. Yeah, now you can think about what I get at my second hand at day 3. Yeah, it was aces. I said to the massage girl, please come after 5 minutes because I want to be polite, not to start with the massage. And when the action calms a little down, I want to just sit there, get my massage, and fold. And then was the situations with Franz Ditz. I got aces. What can I do to open race with my 300,000 chips? And he immediately went all in. And then okay, I didn't know at all what a throw roll is in that moment. I don't found the rule throw rolling in any poker book. And I thought to myself, okay, I can call. Then the king appears, I am a big loser, I go out. Nobody interested how I done. And I think it's a stupid move to call here because I want to get the min cash. On the other hand, if I win this pot, I can win even more. Okay, I thought. Then I called. The aces went through and Ditz yelling at me, throw roller, clown, and so on. He was really pissed off with me, taking so long for that decision. But we talk about later with the other opponents. Because I considered to fold, it's not a slow roll, isn't it?
Yes. If you were actually thinking about folding, probably he didn't really understand what happened.
Yeah.
Maybe just emotions got a little high.
Yeah. Everybody told, yeah, it's 24K. He got kings. He want to win the tournament. And afterward, he was out. Yeah, videos, you see me on day 3. Here's an interview. You can mention, or I can see, maybe you hear this.
Then I go here to have a night time in the right of
I was okay, but I was already very, very
I
tired.
saw lots of people come and go on my table. At the first one, I kicked.
This is the action just before my ace hand. Or maybe it's the first hand or the second. But because after the second hand, Franz Ditz was away. But no video of these aces
Martin
hand.
Eidinger cashed 1 million.
And after that moment, I didn't sleep until the end of the tournament. It was very tough. I exceeded my limits, but it worked out. Yeah, and now I got my 50k chips, or 550k, and now I really want to fold through the tournament. And now we came to the question from Heiko. After that I got queens and jacks. I open raise, get re-raised, and folded both on the bubble. Maybe it's not a plus EV play, but I think I get too easy exploited from the pros with not the best hand. I want to wait for my action after the bubble. Do you explode amateurs on the bubble, Laurynas? And what do you do then?
It depends on the player because some amateurs are over aggressive and they are the ones that are trying to push pros around even. For example, some very wealthy guys that 25k is not a big buy-in for them. If they start to push around people at the table, so you have to be careful and choose your opponents wisely. But if I see that some pressure could be applied and I do have a stack for it, I definitely try to take advantage of that situation.
Okay, but for me, I got many chips, but it was my main task also on the hiking to the hill to get the min cash. And
Yes.
I got 500k, and I don't want to risk any chips in that moment. And I want to get it easy for me. If I call a 3-bet with my queens and my jacks, I think I got in a situation where the pro got a big advantage against me. Um,
It makes a lot of
Independently what's
sense.
going on the flop and the turn and so on. Sorry?
I feel like avoiding marginal situations where you don't feel too comfortable at the time, whichever those situations may be, depending on how experienced you are.
Mhm.
I think to avoid marginal situations generally is a good idea on the bubble for sure, because you don't want to be with like a second pair on the turn somewhere and
Mhm.
guessing if your opponent is bluffing or not.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, could be tough in that situation, even if you have to make them in cash. A
Yes.
pro want to have more, but the amateurs want to get them in cash. It's okay. I think 25k is a good amount of money. Everybody want to get it. For a pro, it's not interesting to pay 25k playing around for 3 days and get the same back. But for a free roller with a platinum pass, it's totally different game, I think.
Even pros, they still pay attention to that. It's not like they are going to be careless as well. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I put away my nervousness. I thought about, okay, 300 players got a platinum pass. It's about 400 this season. And who had to be nervous? I'm a free roller. The guy who paid 25k, he had to be nervous. So I changed it. I look at the people faces and what's going on with them, and they are very focused, and they also don't want to lose. So there was no reason to be nervous in that moment. uh, Maybe not too easy to describe for myself, but other people have to be more nervous than me. Okay, it's the only chance of my lifetime, but I didn't pay anything. I'm the winner of the first hand. And then the question I received from a player on Instagram to selling shares. I did to the horse betting community committee because they are crazy enough. They gave me 950 euro, and this was the money to make me a winner. Because I got the trip to the Bahamas, stay there for free, everything's on, and if I go out, I got $1,000. Not the worst holiday of my lifetime, I think. And okay, I paid them off with 5,400 something. 5.4 was the what they get back from me, 5.4, and they received $5,150. But for me, it was very important to get my winning mindset, because independently of what I do, I win. If I go out, I win 1,000. If I stay in the tournament, I get even more. I cannot lose. It was very comfortable, this situation, and this was very important for my mindset, because I saw that the other players had to be nervous, not me.
I really like those mental gymnastics that you did there, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's you have to do that. It's this inner process of
Mhm.
dialogue with yourself. You have to keep it positive. Other way, you're definitely not going to last. So this is what you gotta do.
Okay, yeah, we came later to the situation when I went out and when I lost my mindset and why. Okay, but we are on the bubble phase. Yeah, I look comfortable, I think, with such a big stack. It could be worse, I think. Do you were stressed on the bubble, Laurynas?
Sorry, do I do what?
Are you stressed on the bubble?
Oh,
Are you in danger to lose the tournament, or was it easy for you?
no, I think it went quite smooth for me. I didn't have too many chips, so I was quite doing quite a lot of folding mostly. Picked up a few spots here and there where I could stay afloat and not blind down to a really short stack,
Mhm.
but haven't been doing much, just folding, chilling, watching a basketball game, and just
Maybe
because
get
that it was going very slow, these hands. So you
yeah,
just have to sit and do nothing for a while because you're just waiting for the next hand.
or got a wonderful conversation with the other players, which I did
Yeah,
on my table.
yeah,
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 it's
exactly.
it's a really the moment when you can talk a lot if you are relaxed and got a battery like this here.
I
I
remember I
got.
got a massage on the bubble just to stay chill,
Yeah, me too. Because I want to show anybody that I'm not interesting to play anymore. um, I'm here to get the money. This was Selina Yelin, I think. Went out very quickly at my table. Yes. This was Brandon Adams, where I folded my queens. Later, he told me he got ace queen, excuse me, when he three betted me. But I want not to get a confrontation with Brandon Adams, and I probably fold my best hand. It was, but you say he blocked one queen. It could be worse than losing 30,000 chips with the best hand. I think it's not a mistake to fold the best hand, or what do you think? The better hand.
Uh, I think you have to consider, all the factors like what does it mean for you to main cash, what does it mean to your bankroll and stuff like that. If it means really a lot to you, then it only makes sense that you have to do some sacrifices.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, I was fine with my situation. I got a feeling, okay, I lost some value, but I'm in the tournament, got no sweat, and it was in my mindset to get no sweat before the bubble because I got 500k in chips, and I thought it was very stupid to risk it in that moment.
And even like if you didn't fold, yeah, but that would have meant that you didn't stick to your plan. You had a plan to min cash by any means necessary.
Yeah.
And anytime you move away from your own strategy, whatever it is, for better or worse, but if you move away from your strategy, it might get you confused a little bit. Oh, but I planned to do this, and now I'm doing the opposite. It's yeah. If you feel like you should be folding, then
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay, this was me with even bigger battery and Felix Schneider's. I learned a lot of him. He make very good training sessions with us. Invited us to Cologne, and I saw what a big effort he got to make streaming. And for me, it was not even possible because when I'm playing poker, I'm not sending information. I only do action and receiving information, and so I cannot talk like he does. It's very tough what he do, and yeah, this was Taylor Black on my table. Sosia Young. I played Jacks. She got a very good staring. During the action, she's looking at you, very strong. She re-raised me. I fold my jacks. I was before the bubble. Yeah, maybe not a plus EV play, but definitely it saved my tournament also. There's Christian Harder sitting beside me, Darius Pachevsky with his Platinum Pass. Then I was moved to another table and I got tired, but I stay focused because I got my sunglasses on and do not too much talking, just focus on the action, get the routine from Ryan Olizar, doing always the same stuff, and I was very comfortable in that situation like that. Hopefully you do also. What's going on in the chat? Are you still awake? This was the fourth guy I put out, Cliff Ellefson. He showed his cards before the action of the other opponent was exposed and went all in. I put him out with queens against, I don't know, 10-6. Yes. And then I was moved again. The cameras on me, yeah. On day 3, we will sometimes get recognized. I really don't tell anybody that I go to the Bahamas, even not to my best friends. Because if I'm successful, they will recognize. If I'm not successful, nobody had to recognize. That was my plan. And it works out. Because
Secret trip to Bahamas.
yeah, the first I did make a picture of my foot in the water and say it was a local sea at my home site in Gelsenkirchen. But everybody see the water was not from Gelsenkirchen. But nobody knows what's going on. I done a secret. So I can focus on the game. Yeah, I think you have to decide, make the big social media story, or you focus on poker, or what do you think, Laurynas?
Yeah, during the play, I tend to avoid the phone and social media, stuff like that. After the day is over or before it, it's fine. But while I'm playing, it's way too distracting. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a shame if everybody is going on with the telephone, because it's so much intense conversation you got on the table, even if nobody's talking. It's too much of quality time there, and yeah, you can enjoy even more the game if you put your telephone beside you. Yeah, there I was very tired. I got down to 300,000 chips, went all in with 9s here, and it was at level 22. I doubled up, and it was the first time in the tournament I was at risk, and
Wow.
I got 50k. I think the tactic worked out.
For a guy who is folding queens, it seems like you were in quite a lot of action in this tournament, like winning hands, taking people
No,
out, and like,
I folded from my 500k stacks to 300,000, and then I doubled up in level 22. I folded a lot, win some small pots, but nothing's going on for hours, and you have to be
that is
patient.
a great example of how much of a marathon it is. Like,
Yeah,
okay, you folded for like few hours, but here it is. You double up and move forward.
yeah. Then I got 700,000 and make it through day. Oh, the friends were awesome. The team spirit was so awesome. I think they make a holiday with their girlfriends on the Bahamas and they stayed inside. Crazy. Wonderful support. They are not on the beach and so on. Yeah. Tony Gregg got. I got a very interesting situation with him. Yeah, I remember it. Um, I they folded to me in the small blind. I make a race with one chip. Forget to announce it's a race because I didn't know I'm an amateur. I put 100,000 in, 50,000 was the big blind, and the dealer said call. What's going on? It's 100,000 chips. Yeah, the dealer said you have to announce it's 100,000 chips. But if it's only one chip and you announce nothing, it's a call. I'm right, Laurynas?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think Tony Gregg did do in the big blind?
I mean, it's interesting because it's so unusual uh, for someone to, do this. So it might confuse even like a pro player. He can either think that you are trying to trick him and to look strong with some weak cards, knowing that the dealer is gonna make you do the call, or you have some hand and it was an honest mistake. So it's tough. I don't know. How did he interpret it? Did he raise?
No. He said it was not intentionally for me
Uh-huh.
and gave me the chips. He folded.
Oh, so oh, nice. That's
That
very honorable. Yeah.
Yeah, that is sportsmanship. I think we play a 24.5 million tournament, and he said my call was not intentionally. I want to raise, and so he folded, and I got the chips.
That's beautiful.
Wow, I didn't. I don't think I'm able to do this. What he did. Yeah. Andy Barham asking, do you look up hand on mob, etc. on phone during the game? No, I'm in the breaks. I asked the dealer if they put your ID openly so I can read it. It definitely was interesting how experienced they are. And you have to show your ID so everybody can read your name. Even in the breaks, you're not allowed to touch the chips or something else from the stack for an opponent, but you can ask the dealer if she can put your name of the opponent so you can read it. I think it's okay, or what do you think?
I have no knowledge about this particular rule,
Yeah,
but it seems reasonable. Yeah. I
but
also like to glance at the names sometimes if it's possible, just to see who I'm dealing with.
yeah, it. I asked her very yeah, straightforward. I went to her and asking if it's possible I can read all the name of my opponents. And she put away, maybe I can close it here and show you what card I mean. Here we are. Pictures. Okay, they will see us. It takes a little time. My computer is needs a break. Something is going on. I show you when I sit on the table here. This is my Platinum Pass, and this is your player ID. Here you got it. This is my Platinum Pass, and this is your player ID. And here's that's the name. It's allowed to read it of your opponent, and you can ask your dealer if it's turned around for the opponent, if it's able to turn it around for you. So in the 20 minutes, you can get all the names of your players at your table. Yeah.
Oh, good to know. Yeah, I learned something new here.
I ask her, open-minded. I don't know. Why not? I'm an amateur. I got no clue, so I can ask anybody. Okay. We are at the end of day 3, where I doubled up. Dickie Burkhardt came to me, and I got 720,000 chips. I was on the end of the road, but I went through and make a money jump to $86,000. Wonderful. And that was my table draw for day 4. Laurynas Levinskas, Jason Koons, Ivan Mattis, Chris Johnson, Atanas Pavlov, Laurynas Levinskas, Michael Robionik, and Luigi Noppas. Maybe you remember.
Yeah,
You got
I do.
sometimes the same amount than me, a bit more. What was your tactics in that moment for day 4?
I don't think I have a particular premeditated strategy. I always go by table, just trying to look at who I'm playing with and adjust to it. Try to identify of what's the game going to be like at this particular table. If the majority of players are more passive or more aggressive, and just basically try to play opposite than most of the guys, if that makes sense.
Okay. Then we have a look on day 4. I didn't sleep at all. I got 880k save. I logged in and was too overexcited. At night I go to the beach, have a sleep because I got very tired after swimming, but nothing worked. I didn't sleep at all. And you met me awake for 36 hours or something like that. You can bet on me in that moment. 51-1 was the winning bet for me. Who won the tournament? No, he's not there. And you got the same amount because and you got more ships than me, and we got the same profit for betting on the victory. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, here we are, beginning of day 3. Really, I took myself together, even if I don't sleep at all. I think I need a situation because the blind's going up. We are at 12,000 in the big blind. No. Here we are. Level 25. No. Yes, 25. Uh, 50,000 the big blind and the big blind ante. One word for the big blind ante. Every pro told me it's as always the same. It makes the game quicker and so on. If everybody have to play the ante hand by hand, it takes more time. So one player is playing the big blind ante and everything is the same. No, it isn't. You can get moved on the last 24 players, play the big blind ante a second time in a short time. And yeah, you got definitely another stack before the big blind and after the play your big blind. How do you manage as the pro the big blind ante situation?
Yeah, you're right. It's not the same, especially if you're very short. If you have like seven, six, or five big blinds, and you're about to post big blind and ante. So, a few hands before that big blind, I would probably go a little wider with my all-ins, just because, when the blinds pass, I'm left with like three big blinds, and I wouldn't have any fold equity, like people wouldn't fold to my all-ins. And here, with six blinds, you still could possibly steal some blinds. So it changes those short stack dynamics a little bit for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Here, for example, level 25, we got 50,000 big blind ante also 50,000. So we both have to play 100,000 chips for our 800,000 chip counts or 700,000 like I got. It's a huge amount. Um, what about playing in the big blind with the big blind ante? Do you defend even more hands?
No, in that case, I would say, it's still the same amount of chips in the middle. So in that way, I wouldn't say it changes anything.
Okay, thank you. But after the big blinds, you have even less chips to push, and this makes a huge difference. I think for some players. Okay, here we are. Got a wonderful conversation. He came to me. What's going on with you? Oh, just played my game. Oh, here we got the picture where we met first. And here's the hand with three Ginopas, a open race. Maybe you remember, maybe not. He make a 3-bet. I got King 10 clubs, and I'm an amateur. I bet what's going on here, 150 something about. I think so. Yeah. What to do? Normally I had to fold, or what do you think?
So the guy on the left just three bet you,
Yeah.
right?
All
Uh,
the players folding. I was in a small blind. Got King 10 suited. I got my 700,000 chips or something. Thought I had to bet here.
so you raised pre-flop or you were on the big blind?
No, I'm a
Which?
small blind.
Oh, okay.
Luigi was in the big blind.
Oh, okay.
You got the button here on the left, I think.
Yeah.
I got King 10 suited. I make the bet 150 in a 50,000 big blind. I think it's reasonable, or what do you think? My action?
And your total stack was 700 something?
Yeah,
Maybe I would like just going all in pre-flop, just not to get into this type of situation, to avoid, some 50-50 situations where he could put you all in with some pocket deuces or stuff like that,
yeah.
which would fold to your all in. But yeah, it's definitely a very strong hand, blind versus blind, with a short stack. So I'm not seeing myself not going all in probably like folding blind versus blind. It would be especially you're already in the money, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
an amateur. I called.
Yeah.
Look for the flop, and a king appears. King, queen, four. Okay. My action was going all in. I think it's reasonable, or what do you think?
It's king, queen, something, right?
Yeah, four. Yeah.
Um, well, as you already have the top pair, you might, let him try and bluff you, because
No,
you're
I'm too nervous as an amateur to make such move. Excuse me.
you were happy to take it down right here and right now.
Yeah, I got only one mission to make one pot. That was my
Yeah,
target for day four. That was my problem at all because I got no clue what to do after I won the spot. Because I got only in mind I had to win one pot. That's all. And I don't know what's going on after this situation. At all, Luigi got jacks and he folded because everybody recognized my action as very strong because I played so little hands in the tournament.
actually, I think I do remember this hand. Yeah.
But you make a picture, I think. Yeah,
I
that's
think he really thought for a while before folding, right?
yeah, it's possible. But I got no
Yeah.
time feeling back in from this type of hands. Uh, I was so focused and got no time feeling. I don't know
But that's
how
good.
long
That's good.
I had to. Franz Ditz waited for my hand. 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 10. I don't know. I was too focused.
In the zone.
Yeah. The zone is when thinking, doing, and feeling is the same. Then you are in the zone.
Yeah, time disappears for sure.
Yeah, time disappears. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's Jackie went out early, and then I was moved to this table. Um, I think they look all very strong, and I realized the player won't get any weaker during this tournament, such deep. But in that situation, you were out very quickly. What happened?
Um, I remember I'm still got to like TV table for a little bit. It was going quite nice, but then I got some kind of a cooler situation. I really don't remember the cards, but was nothing too special. I don't think my opponent made some kind of mistake, and I don't remember myself making any kind of big mistake. So I was like, oh well, it wasn't meant to be this time. I wouldn't change the last hand, and the opponent also played well, so you can just say good game and move on to the next one.
Okay. The Scott Bombstein, Scott Stewart was here. Mr. Padilla, Chris Johnson, Marvin Rettenmeier, Mr. Adjema, glaube ich, was his name. I came there, get moved because our table was closed first. We are on the left. And you see how tired I was? Yeah, even more. But I done my best. I make a split pot with Adrien Vase. We all got a straight and was not able to make a river bet because I feared the re-raise. It's okay to split pot in such situation, or do I
Uh,
have to explode everything in a 25k event?
Yeah, I think a lot of times check back is okay here because you can put yourself in really dangerous waters with this bet. You can get bluffed on quite often. Is someone going on top, and then what? Are you gonna call with just the board? It's tricky. So
I
you don't
guess,
want you want to have as few very tricky situations as
yeah.
possible. Yeah.
I thought so too, and a split spot is even a win.
Yeah, you're not losing the bot.
You win and you share the big blind and
Yeah.
the ante. So it's a win in that situation. And we both were lucky with check check in that situation. Marvin Rettenmeier, he wanted to explode me with 10-9 because I only play my 4 betting range. It was ace king off. I re-raised and got 1 million chips and was moved to the TV table and feel very comfortable in that situation. No handy stuff there. Um, Tried to use my sunglasses, okay. But I got fear to fall asleep on TV table, and I put it away. I was fighting a lot, 36 hours awake, but make a pot with queens. Um, they folding to me, and then was a situation where no, not. No, it was before. I have to tell it without pictures. I got 2 million chips. I won a hand with queens, not a showdown. It was a turn bet. And then I thought, okay, I got 2 million chips. I want to have the money jump to be 20th. I need only one small pot, and then I can fold. What I did, the first time after 4.5 days, no, 3.5 days, sorry, I played a bad hand, 10-7 offsuit in the small blind and got re-raised. And from that moment, I lost my mind totally because I give away my mindset. Very strange situation I felt in that moment. He raised to 300,000. It was also Luigi, and it was a situation if somebody hit me with a bat. Boom! What's going on? I had to fold, and yeah, then was a redraw of the last 24 players, and I thought I had to do something to make the money jump. And I think if you think you have to do something, it's a bad mindset. Or what do you think?
I agree. Yeah. Because then you are you might force some marginal situations. So just every new situation arises with every time you get 2 new cards. So you kind of have to approach it as individual spot. And if you're like in the next few hands, I have to make a raise or something like that. It's in the long term, it's probably going to be impacting negatively your game. Yeah.
Yeah, in my case, it was extremely like that. I lost my mindset and joy and the fun. And that was very bad for me. I think I had to do something. I bet with ace deuce, ace 8, bet with 9s, folded after a re-raise from Dave Koons with 10s, and finally went in with ace 5 suited and running aces from Julian Martini. And that it was my mistake. I thought a lot about what if I was able to fold 10-7, and then I was able to fold the other hand and the other, and then I would be a lucky guy and so on. Is it stupid to think about this after such a tournament?
I believe after such a experience, it's normal to have a lot of different emotions at first, right? A lot of different thoughts. So, but you have to accept those emotions, live through them, and when the emotions are gone, then it's possible to analyze what actually happened and what could have been done better. And yeah, as you said, you started playing a bit too many hands, right? So folding and playing cautiously worked for you all the way up until then. So why fix something that is not broke if it's working? Probably it was good to stick to what you were doing up until then, right?
Yeah, this was my mistake to play 10-7 off. It was the first time I didn't. I play some marginal hands and so on. Maybe
Like
I called in the big blind. I limped a lot. Maybe you can flop a good hand. Um, but I lose also my credibility, and that was a big issue. Everybody believed me on the table. At one time, I played King Queen suitors on under the gun, and they folded in 20 seconds. Every player fold, 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 fold. I get the chips. Everybody believed me. It was very strange because I was so tight. The pros, I think they don't know what to do with me.
yeah, you get the respect of, if you have been showing good hands before, they're gonna respect your raises.
Okay, that was my plan before, to play only the 4 betting range, and I lost it in the last and before the last 24 players.
But
Um,
I feel you can't be, too hard on yourself because it's the first experience like that. So of course there are gonna be some lessons in it. It's You can't be just playing perfectly all day every day if you are gathering this experience in the moment. Yeah,
yeah, I think you are right, but the feeling lasts in me. I can do it better next time.
of course. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This was the last hand. Yeah, got one spade, but was out very quickly. Shake hand also to the dealers, and you can imagine how I was messed up, full with emotions. But I, even as a free roller, I paid a price. I didn't want to whine around winning 150k, but I got tinnitus after that. Strange happening with my body, and it took 2-3 months to recover. I
Wh-
If you
What
exceed,
what
yeah,
happened?
yeah, I got tinnitus because I was awake for 1 week. It was too long. I had to recover. I had to stay calm for myself, sleep a lot. But all the people is calling me, come here to the party, come over there, and I have to say, no, I don't want to party. I want to sleep. They don't understand what's going on with me. But even as a free roller, I had to pay a price. But I didn't want to whine around after winning 150k, so I took it for myself. Would you play the same or more aggressive on day 1 or 3? Is it for me, Heiko, or is it for Laurynas? Um, I was totally fine with every decision until the last hand before the redraw for the last 24, when I lost my mindset and my credibility playing a marginal hand. Yeah. Before I was fine with everything. Even to fold the better hand because I stayed in. Ben Adams was out at 80th position. He got my chips, but got less money than me. So maybe I done something right. Yeah, that was my cash amount tip, the biggest tip of my lifetime, $600. uh, Changed t-shirt, got the wonderful party on the 10th of January 2019, and yeah, something sad to be mentioned. It was 3 years before my father died 1 year ago. And now the biggest achievement of my lifetime is also the day of mourning. So I was not able to make um, uh, more sessions like that with you, Laurynas. I'm very thankful for that. But in that case, I support my mother because she got also very ill. I show her here with my father. He's very experienced with old Lancia cars. And 3 years after my biggest achievement, he died. And now I experience to know him better, posthumous, because I was not able to visit him because I'm clean from specific pharmaceutical products and was not allowed to visit him in hospital. He died suddenly and unexpected, but he got many parts of Lancias. I don't know what it is, and this is my discovery for 2023. Other will play poker. I support my mother. She getting ill also with cancer, and she recovered. I gave her THC oil legally, and family is now my main issue. So I'm totally fine not to play the PSPC this year because family is even more important than a poker game, even if it's a 25k buy-in. Sorry, Laurynas, that I mentioned my father in this stream, but I want to tell everybody if I not doing more shows like this to give the informations to the next generation of Platinum Pass holders. Yes.
Yeah, it is your stream, your show, so you being vulnerable and sharing is I think it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah, thank you, Laurynas. I done this with the my horse betting show, and so I got experience to do it like that. But the horse races are not so interesting, and I saw what the other streamers achieve, how good they are, and look, I done it myself. It's not perfectly, but situation with you I love so much because it remembers me from how the time were on the table when I meet so many smart and humble people like you. It was my little hunting moment. I can repeat it. I never meet so many smart and humble people like on the PSPC in the biggest tournament from Pokerstars. How do you see the other players?
Oh yeah. I feel like there are a lot of very smart and good, genuine people in poker. Poker players in general in society don't have that great of an image. Uh, and there's some truth to that too, but you cannot put everyone into those stereotypes. And they're also very honest, genuine people that are there to help or to, give some advice or just open to bond. So it's a great place to meet people, even for like networking purposes, if someone is, interested in that.
Okay, thank you for your words. I think you see the situation with Tony Gregg. You see the situation when I met you. I was astonished how generous and humble the people are, because they're playing about $25 million, and I thought I was not able to fold in that situation with Tony Gregg. I think, okay, I check, have a flop. That's what's going on. We play for 25 million, and I didn't expect how nice the people were. I thought I meet some cowboys and so on, playing poker from the Wild West, and yeah, what I yeah managed to have in my life, it was very unique, and yeah, but I got this strange feeling I can do it better next time, even when I was 21st in my first tournament. But I think it's normally that you analyze after that. We got two questions. How do you prepare before the weeks before the tournament as an amateur? Heiko, for me it was a problem to reach the Bahamas. All the flights were fully booked. There was no flight left. So I had a flight one day earlier and stay in a hotel in the Bahamas. I show to you, one moment. Here we are. Here it's Providence. That's the name of these islands, New Providence. And here is the Paradise Island with Atlantis, but it's from the past, it's 2019. And now we are here at Bahama, yeah, where the tournament will be in place 2023. And I drove with a car to Arawak Inn. I got a night here for $150, and it was a shithole. Fucking, for God's sake. Oh no. I thought $150 I would get a nice bed or something. No, I didn't. So I put my bag at 4 in the morning with my last $40 and walked 2 kilometers in the morning to the Atlantis. Saw mantas and so on in the seaside. Very interesting. Nobody's on the streets, only some marathon runners. And I was in the hotel at 5:30 and asked if my room is all ready. No, it's in 12 hours ready or something like that. But I can leave my bags, walk around, look for the fishes and so on. But you are not at downtown. You were based on Bahama, and I don't think you reached downtown Nassau. But you got one supermarket here, Super Value. Maybe you get some sweets, some almonds, what you need. It's closing at 8 in the evening. If you've got a free day, have a walk. Buy some stuff for your hotel room. Maybe some sweets if you forget. It's a good choice to have something with you as a present if you get a little tired also some sweets. Do you have something with you, Laurynas?
Yeah, I usually have some snacks in my room, but I don't bring it with me. But I like to get back to chill in the room whenever I can, if it's like longer break, and just yeah, have some snacks, refill a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see at Super Value you get sun fruits from the sun. It's not too expensive. You see mangoes, melon here mango for the same prices than we got here in Europe. But you want to taste some fruits you get tasted the sun of the Caribbeans. I think the walk here to the supermarket would be interesting. It's 1 kilometer, I think, but it's worth to have a look here. And you have Bahama Mars, so I think it's a fine place if Pokerstars will book it on you. Heiko asking you, you think it's more benefit to play aggressive because everyone plays so conservative on day 1 or day 2? Heiko is asking. First, you give your answer, and I give some notes also to this.
So it's a huge tournament with a lot of participants and so many different experience and skill levels. So if you decide that I'm going to be playing aggressive today, and then you get a table where everyone is very aggressive, then you're gonna get into a lot of unnecessary battles. So I would just again, determine at the table, at this particular table, what is the dynamic here now.
Yeah. To get my thoughts on this, I think it's appropriate to do the opposite of the table action. If the table is tight, you can be aggressive. If the table is aggressive, you have to be tight. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. And also take into consideration your own image. As you said, when you were folding, then you raise king queen, everybody folds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you start playing a bit too many hands, then you lose that respect too.
Yeah, and the
Uh,
pros will notice
yeah,
when
yeah,
you have a bigger or higher betting frequency at all.
yeah.
Okay, I think we are through. Here's a picture of the party. It's 23:42. We're streaming for 2 hours. Excuse me, Laurynas, but I hope you got some joy in our conversation.
Of course, was interesting to, watch your journey. It seems like quite an adventure with this hotel and walking and, waiting for the room and everything. It's like a very adventurous kind of situation, just getting to the Bahamas and everything.
Yeah, really.
And then the tournament experience going deep. Yeah, it's quite a story.
Yeah. Um, I can say if you live your dream of your lifetime, you wouldn't sleep at all. So you always have to pay a price. Okay, Heiko is saying, yeah, thanks. I said the same. Thank you, Laurynas. Maybe we see at one day. And I got one big wish that one bloody amateur like I was will be better than me. Plays 20 or better. Um, Heiko, thank you for this stream. I am more nervous right now. No, you don't have to be nervous. The other have to be nervous who pay 25k to play this tournament, not you.
That this is what probably helped you so much, like this mentality of nothing to lose here, you know?
I not to lose. I won already. I want to trip
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
Bahamas. I make friends like you, which is very valuable. And the other have to be nervous. And if you do the mental game, doing step by step, surviving the first hand, making the first level, not to being first out, you can change your nervous energy into focus. I really believe in that. That is possible. And then the others have to be nervous. And but for me, I got the very, 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 very tight strategy. Or in some situation, only playing my 4-betting range. Um, okay, the pros want to explode me, then they will have to come when I've got a king's queens or so, something like that. Bet, it's okay. I'm fine with that. But you have to need patience for that. You have to really fold for 1 hour, 2 hours, 2.5. I don't know. For me, it was a fun game to win a pot and then fold for 1 hour. No, get the chips from somebody else, not me. Yeah, 8 other players. You won't get it back from me. Please go to my neighbor here or something like that. And on the cherry on the cake was I want to share ambivalent feelings. So the people like me, but a bit hate me. And then if they got mixed emotions, first of all, you have to spread emotions also to your opponents. That's a good weapon. And if they got mixed emotions, they like you, but a bit they don't like you. It's much more easier to understand your action. What do you think, Laurynas? Or are your emotion totally away from the table?
It is good to have like emotional content like in the background to just feel alive, not like a robot dead inside, but also not to let those emotions take over, you know, and not to start making emotional decisions like force something or rush some things. So it's this balance between, you know, having them, embracing them, but also keeping them in check and controlling them, I would say.
Yeah, but I want to get that my opponent get emotions, like Franz Ditz, who yelled
Yes,
at me.
yes, yeah.
And if these emotions are mixed, from they like you, but a bit they hate you because I was not on a mission to lose my tournament. Uh, they're all very friendly if you're losing. But if you get a part of the big fish, uh, then I got in the tournament. All the people were very nice, but I got one experience after the tournament. It's the people love the underdog until he's not the underdog anymore. After that, you get some different emotions from the people. But that's the game after the tournament. You remember I was out in level 36 or something, and now I'm in level 37 to manage my win and my life after the cash in the PSPC. And you know, I'm still in level 37. It continues until the rest of my life. But it's good. It changed my life. I think I got a new life in that situation. Okay, Heiko said nice tip. Andy Baum said thank you both. I like to re-upload this video to YouTube so anybody can watch it on the flight or something that's going on. And now I think we are finished. Thank you,
All right.
Laurynas, that you gave the okay to make a stream with you. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Thank you for inviting.
Okay, thank you. And I wish you a very good tournament, Chiki, Heiko, and Andy. And hopefully, I like to bet that one bloody amateur will get to the final table. You can do it. If I can do, you can do it also. Okay,
Right.
you
Peace.
agree. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Laurynas, if you stay
Yeah.
a bit in the Skype, I can say goodbye also in private.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.